Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Tonight, Ghana's boxing is set for a huge boost with the Battle of the Beast in Accra. The event put together by Legacy Rise Sports and Amir Khan Promotion is set for a showdown at the Bukom Boxing Arena on Friday. Well, Lawrence Beidou was at the press conference earlier today and has more in this report.
Ghana's former cruiserweight champion Jacob Dickson will face a test of his career at home before his fans when he takes on 35-year-old American-based Andrew Tabiti on Friday, June 13 at the Bukom Boxing Arena in Accra. The much-anticipated event is aimed at projecting Ghana's boxing prowess to the global audience. Ahead of the fight, Dickson has been speaking highly of his opposition.
This is the biggest opportunity for me and my team and my family and everyone that support me. Thanks to everyone once again, and thanks for my opponent too. This is I never expect this fight because this opponent of mine is one of my biggest idol. Someone that I was looking ahead to. I started boxing at the age of 14 years. I started looking at him when I was young. And I wish to be like him because, you know, thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Tabiti and his camp are also looking forward to an incredible atmosphere on his first visit to the West African country.
But this opportunity is bigger than me. This is a chance to put a spotlight on Ghana boxing and boxing in Africa. So I'm coming to show out. I'm coming to the fight and knock this guy out. That's all.
The exciting bill, which also features Theophilus Alote versus Daniel Selassie Gosh for his WBO Africa Bantamweight title, and the National Cruiserweight Championship between Haruna Mohammed of the Wisdom Boxing Gym and FitSquare's Abdullah Ahmed, is being promoted by Legacy Rise Sports, headed by Sharaf Mahama, son of President John Dramani Mahama.
At Legacy Rise Sports, the aim is to bring global exposure to Ghanaian boxing and, enhance African boxing as well. And for all the international fighters and coaches that have come today, I want to say a big thank you for, it's a huge risk when you hear you're having a fight in Africa, So I want to thank you guys for taking this opportunity to come. And we have a huge event June 13th on Friday. We have a lot of 50-50 fights that I'm looking forward to, including this one right here. And we have a lot of entertaining performances, and so I urge the fans to come out early and grab a seat and enjoy the boxing.
Both boxers have the same nickname, The Beast, with 13 and 17 knockouts respectively. The two fighters are expected to weigh in on Thursday, June 12, before the actual fight on Friday night.
Well, it's expected to be a very big battle at the Bukom Boxing Arena on Friday. Let's turn attention to football now. And head coach of the Sudan national team, Kwesi Appiah, is set to face some competition from former Black Stars teammate Frimpong Manso, who doubles as the head coach of Bibiani Gold Stars, who won the Ghana Premier League, alongside Nations FC head coach Kasim Okanse and Golden Cakes head coach Fifi Park Hansen for the Coach of the Year award at the Ghana Football Awards, which is slated for this Saturday. We have more on this particular category in this report.
James Kwesi Appiah has made a significant impact as head coach of Sudan's national men's football team. The Nile Crocodiles, the year under review, has been marked by remarkable achievement, qualifying Sudan to the 2025 AFCON in Morocco, and an impressive outing in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, where they are currently just a point behind group leaders Senegal. The 2024-25 Ghana Premier League season has been a revelation for Bibiani Gold Stars under coach Frimpong Manso. After 34 matches, the team have made history by winning the Ghana Premier League title for the first time. Gold Stars' campaign was defined by an extraordinary unbeaten streak through the first 10 matches, with 5 wins and 5 draws, accumulating 20 points from a possible 30. Nations FC's 2024-25 Ghana Premier League season has been remarkable under Mengel's guidance. By match day 31, the team topped the league table with 57 points from 31 games, edging out Mbibieni Gold Stars and maintaining a strong position with 3 games remaining. Their record in the league showcased the blend of attacking flair, defensive resilience, and consistency that kept them in the title hunt. Fifi Parker Hansen has had an impressive run with the Division 1 Zone 3 in the MTN FA Cup, beating the likes of Hasselfolk and Karela United to reach the finals of the competition, where they come up against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Now, at the awards, we also understand that distinguished sports icons like Ken Bediako, Herbert Mensah, and Hariza Kaur are expected to be honored at the event on Saturday for their respective contribution to the sport, the growth of the sport in the country. A former Ghana Football Association chairman, Nana Bree Butler, has backed this move by the organizers, emphasizing the impact of these sports icons to the growth of the game in the country.
He's a great guy. He's contributed a lot to this sector. And so he did it at Olympics. He moved to Hartlepool and he even did better. I also had the opportunity to show my appreciation to him when Hartlepool were going to the championship in Africa and they had to go somewhere to acclimatize. I got my company, Arab Contractors, to host them in Egypt, prepare them well, and they went and conquered Africa under Harry Zakor. So, Harry, congratulations.
Then there's Herbert.
Herbert, hey, in his own right, okay. A bit controversial, I might say, but he's a lovely guy if you get to know him. I got to know him. He has a lot of respect for me, and so do I. And even for his humanitarian gestures, especially on 9th of May, when we had that disaster. I cannot forget because I lost my worker, my good electrician. And guess what? The next day, 10th, has always been my birthday. So as soon as it's coming, it's sadness, but my birthday also comes, so I can't forget. And the way he's gotten himself involved emotionally to that day. When the day comes, it's not just those fallen victims, but it's Herbert Mensah as well. So Herbert, congratulations.
Sorry.
And you are talking about Ken Bediako,
Exactly.
a veteran journalist, full of history. I read a lot from him. A friend of his, Ike Duse, who's on a common platform with us, is always posting his writings. And I do not contribute a lot there, but I can assure him that all the writings, all his contributions, I do read. I really read them. And most of them very factual, very historic. So Ken, a veteran journalist, in your own right, congratulations.
Well, indeed, congratulations to these great sports icons. But let's now touch base with the organizers for the latest on the event with just 2 days to go. Remember, it's going to be live on Joy Prime. And, well, joining me now is the board member, Felix Romark. Felix, good to have you. Really, really good to have you on Zoom there. But, I mean, what's the latest ahead of the event, you know, with just 2 days to go? At least, I think what we have picked up is that you are set to honor these sports icons. Let's touch on that briefly, and then we'll get some other updates you've got for us.
Musba, thanks so much, and good evening to our viewers. I must say it's quite an impressive production, you know, from the coach of the year to the living legends. I think that it's one category that we introduced 2 seasons ago, and people have really bought into the idea, especially when you live in a country where we feel to honor some of these legends. We don't want to wait for them to pass away before we pay tribute to what they've done in terms of Ghana sports and Ghana football in particular. So for us to introduce such a category to honor them whilst they are still alive, I think that it is one of the most important, categories when it comes to the Ghana Football Awards.
Amazing. And I just want to pick your thought also on the Coach of the Year. I mean, you just look at the names there. They've all been outstanding. You look at Parker Hansen, what he did with Golden Cakes, Division 1 club, in the finals of the MTN FA Cup, going to lock-ons with Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the FA Cup title. You look at Frimpong Manso takes over at BBN Gold Stars, leads them to their first ever title, Ghana Premier League title, historic. And of course, James Akwesi Appiah, what he's done with the Sudan national team, the war-torn country, has led them to the AFCON, and they are even en route, to the World Cup in pretty decent position at the table. I mean, I'm not sure if you have, let me just get your thoughts on that, because I was trying to get you to choose who you think deserves it, but your position does not allow you, obviously.
Of course, but I think that if you look at the 4 coaches, they've had quite an incredible season. Nations FC, had to. I'm sure if not for what happened in Only Stars, they could have also been league champions. But kudos to BBN Gold Stars for Frimpong Manso. He had some difficult times at Kumasi Asante Kotoko and then Bofakwa, but then he's found a lot of joy at BBN and has led them to their first league title since they got promoted 3 seasons ago. Quite a very good achievement. And then you talk about the MTN FA Cup. They say it's Obia and Obia League, but you look at what Golden Cakes have done this season, quite remarkable. I don't remember the last time I saw a very decent run by, a first division club. So kudos to Parker Hansen. What is that? I
mean, and just to touch on Parker Hansen a bit more, though, he defeated Accra Heart of Oak. He beat Accra Heart of Oak somewhere in the quarterfinals, defeated Accra Heart of Oak, and now in the final looking to beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What he's done with the Division 1 club is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You can continue.
Incredible. And I think that for us at the committee level, it was quite hectic. There were a lot of coaches who have also done quite well, especially if you look at the Division 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3 league. Oho United, they did quite good, qualifying, booking a ticket into the Premier League. You can talk same for All Blacks as well. So these were 2 decent coaches who were also part of the list that was presented to the board. But for Parker Hansen to get into the slot for Coach of the Year, quite a remarkable season. But then again, then you have Kwesi Appiah. I'm sure a lot of Ghanaians will be like, this is the man who knocked out Ghana, from qualifying for the AFCON. Why is he in there? But it's an award for all Ghanaians working in Ghana, working outside Ghana, working anywhere on the continent or outside the continent. So it's quite a remarkable category, and I feel that anybody in there who gets to win it deserve to win it.
I mean, we are just 2 days away from the event now. As you mentioned, it's going to be live on Joy Prime. What can you share with us as far as the latest, ahead of the event is concerned? Or what have you got as far as latest? Have you been able to get everything in order? Are we ready for the event on Saturday?
We are absolutely ready. The only thing I can say for now is we always know that Nathaniel Atto will definitely host the show. This time around, we are not putting out who he's hosting the show with. Our normal red carpet start at 7. There is a dress code this year, which is a black tie and an African wear event. We want to look a bit unique. Last year, the 6th edition was one of the best we've organized, and we want to improve on that. So expect a better event than we did last year. This time around, we also want to be on time because it will be on TV. We want to get the red carpet started as early as 7, strictly by invitation. So if you are not invited, you have the opportunity to watch it live on Joy Prime as well. We have some surprise musicians coming on board to entertain us. It won't just be about football, but there's also an entertainment segment at the awards night come Saturday.
And just finally, though, what has been the reception among the nominees? All the local players, the Ghanaian players, home and abroad. What have been the reception among them since they heard that they've been nominated? And should people expect them at the event on Saturday?
Of course. I think that we are getting about 80% of the nominees come board. You know, those who are not coming, some due to the fact that there are injuries. I spoke to Edmond Beidu. He couldn't come because he was going to the World Club Championship with Salzburg. Jerry Afriye is coming. Christina Ashiaku. These are the nominees that have been nominated for the Atalamte Future Star. Coach Kwesi Appiah would be coming to the event as well. In fact, we are getting almost 80% of the nominees, and that's quite incredible. They are so excited that they have been put into a category to be voted for. It tells you that somebody somewhere appreciate what they are doing at the end of the season. And I also have to say this: the reception from old Black Stars players, ex-footballers, the PFAG, the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Yesterday, we went to see the minister. I was so excited about having an initiative like this to reward players at the end of the season. So it makes you feel like if I go into the season and I do well, a committee somewhere or an event somewhere will recognize my effort. So the reception has been quite phenomenal. And I think that we owe Ghanaians an opportunity to give them a very good event on Saturday.
Amazing, really, really amazing. And I know that one of the categories which the public is allowed to vote is the goal of the year, right? The goal of the year. I'm sure the voting is underway for that. Can you give us an idea of how the voting is going so far for the goal of the year?
Well, one thing that I don't know how the results are going, but I don't vote. I'm not a member of the Club 100, but for this particular category, I get to vote because it's open for public voting. We will get to know the winners of the various categories on the day of the event. So for now, I can't tell where it is going, but I would love to see, as a lover of the local league, I would love to see maybe one of the local guys in there win it as a folk fan. I wouldn't mind if Rafael Amponsan go against me. Diema wins it because I'm a Phobian. But I think we've had some 10 cracking goals up for nomination, and whoever gets to win it, I think, deserve it.
And just finally, though, you were making the point about the fact that we're going to know the winners on Saturday. Can you help us understand which entity is responsible for collating this result? Because we understand that you've contracted a reputable organization to handle that, so that concerns about, result tampering, etc., could be the fears, could be allayed. Can you share a bit with us on that?
Let me start by saying how the voting process even comes up. So we have the Club 100. It consists of journalists across the country. We have the captains and coaches of the various national teams. We have the 18 Premier League teams, coaches and captains that vote. Frederick Asari, Kumasi Asante Kotoko have voted. Winfred Domo of Dreams FC have voted. Jordan Ayew, the Black Stars captain, have voted. Desmond Ofe have voted. Daniel Cranton has voted. The reputable journalists we have around, all those guys have voted. And after they vote, we've always been working with PwC. They collate the results. So before the start of the event, before we announce the first winner of the category, they bring the envelopes to us at the Grand Arena, and that is when we get to know the various winners of the various categories.
Amazing. Well, Felix, thank you very much. We are wishing you and the team the very best as we look forward to the event on Saturday. It's the 8th edition of the Ghana Football Awards happening at the Grand Arena, crying the window. And that's all we have for you on Prime Sports tonight. We've got more stories for you on myjoyonline.com. Thank you very much for your company. Please do stay tuned to join.